The transfer portal giveth, and the transfer portal taketh away. And in this situation, it giveth again, as Oklahoma Sooners picked up a commitment from an offensive tackle that we all should be talking about. So we're going to dive into the details of Derek Simmons. I'm going to explain what it means for the offensive line now that we've added that, as well as kind of the connection around this John Mateer piece and the strategy in the portal. So let's dive into all of that. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. This video is powered by our partners at BetUS. Check them out. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. So, Sooners just grabbed themselves somebody else at the portal. Derek Simmons. Big time offensive lineman. He comes by way of Western Carolina. And yes, I know. You're all saying, Jay, all these, why are we getting the ones from Ole Miss and all of that? I'll say this. I mentioned this on the live stream when Colin Kennedy joined us from 247. But usually when backups are hitting the portal, there's a reason, especially P4 level. You want guys that have production, and this is one. Now, this is what is big about getting not only Derek Simmons and Backlinko is Oklahoma's goal with the transfer portal pickups here at the offensive line wasn't to get guys that were probably going to be here too long. Let's put it that way. Backlinko, 6'6", 305. He played 14 games at Stanford. He's got like 2 years left eligibility. But Simmons, he's got 1 year eligibility coming from Western Kentucky. He's one of the higher graded offensive linemen. I think he was, he's pretty one of the higher graded offensive linemen, only giving up 11 pressures at all this season. No sacks. So he's done a very good job, especially in the pass blocking. And so getting a guy like Derek Simmons, the kind of purpose of that is when you look at the way that Oklahoma's offensive line is structured, I went through and looked at your 3 deep. So 15 offensive linemen. You would bring in the 2 new guys, but you're still sitting with Jake Taylor and Jacob Sexton, which I think both of them are high-functioning guys with an additional year of experience. They did good when they were healthy. When they weren't healthy, they weren't. But you're going to need healthy guys to go with it. Right behind there, you've got Isaiah Autry-Dent in there. Then you can start looking at Simmons as well as, and Logan Howland. You got Isaiah Autry-Dent and Logan Howland. Then you got Simmons as well as Banklinko. Now, to me, you'll probably start seeing Simmons more so play, but you still got young players that you want to make sure you rotate in. Logan Howland did very well later in the season. That Alabama game, he killed it at left tackle. So can't complain about the dude if he looked really good against Bama the way he did as he was progressing throughout the season. So you need to make sure that they're still progressing and playing. And then in your interiors, I think you're good there with Ozida as well as Weiwu, EPL. Going down the line from EPL into, Josh Isosa. You still got Daniel Akinkumi. And then you're bringing in all the young guys with Michael Fasusi and Ryan Fogier. You're also adding Darius Afalava, Owen Hollenbeck, Sean Hutton. You've got 17 offensive linemen. And you're not as young as you were going into this season. You've got that additional year experience, which changes the narrative about your line. And so when you add these 2 big guys, you want them because you need just some additional experience just in case. But you still got a foundation of really good young players. And I think that's what the Sooners are looking at. Tell me what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Shout out to our partners over there at BetUS. They are hooking you up. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. And so with the Sooners having so much change, you don't really have a line for them. But shout out, you got the Oklahoma City Thunder here. They got a game tonight playing the Orlando Magic, and the Thunder are 7-point favorites. If you want to jump in on the action, you can. BetUS is going to make it easy for you. They've also got gambling insurance. They're going to hook you up with 10% net back on your losses twice a year. That way you can stay in the game. So check them out. BetUS, 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000. 125% bonus on your second and third deposits up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. BetUS, where the game begins. Now the Sooners are shoring up the offensive line. And y'all may have questions, but like I said, when healthy, this line was fine. The health was the issue. We now have more healthy people like Fabichi Wewu played the entire season. Troy Everett is still running things. You've got a lot of good components. Branson Hickman is still on the team. He ain't gonna leave yet. He's still got another year. So you've got a lot of components that can still play. The most important piece now that you have added these additional components, John Mateer, and what are you going to do going forward with him? So Mateer comes in and he provides Hawkins with not only a mentor, someone that understands the playbook, because he's played under Ben Arbuckle's playbook for the last 2 years, as a backup to Cam Ward and then as a starter. Now you've got it to where you've got someone to help teach everybody on the team. I've been seeing a lot of people asking about that with him and Michael Hawkins. I'm telling you, that's what you want. But the strategy with the portal, it looks like, is once again, they're focusing on getting guys that can get you 1, maybe 2 years of play. 2 years if you need an additional player like that. 1 year if it's one that you want to get somebody else in the game as soon as possible. So that's what it seems like. The Jakes are going to be your tackles. I think Isaiah Autry-Dent's going to move into one of those starting spots by the next season. Not this coming season up, but the one next. And you're going to see like EPL get into the game. You're going to see more Josh Isosa. Like, you're going to start seeing a lot of those rotations of players. And then, of course, Michael Fasusi and Ryan Fogier, they walk in and start taking souls. They're going to play a lot too. But that is what I've noticed about that. It's been a lot of dudes that don't have a lot of time. Like Kentrez Lewis, he has 1 year left of football. He went from UCLA, Wisconsin for a couple years, Southern Illinois, and then this will be his last stop. Giovanni Gibson does have 2 years, so that gets him with Jaden Gibson having 2 years together, along with all the young guys right behind them. You're pulling in a lot of dudes that, like I said, won't be around for super long, which is not a bad thing. That means that you really believe in your recruits and you want to make sure that they get seasoned, because at the same time, you got to make sure you have bodies just in case injuries happen. You don't want to be reliant on only one group. You want to make sure that you're relying on 4 or 5 and make sure the roster is full at the 105 with players that can play if you really need them to play. You just don't want to have to play a whole bunch of them at once. Now, if there's one room that I am a little concerned about, we got to figure out is his tight end. Like, Caden Helms has got to be healthy. Haven't seen that yet. Same thing with Kay McIntyre. Devon Mitchell sounds like he's starting to get his stuff together. He should be close enough to ready to play. But we'll see. I mean, he's a former 5-star, so I need to see him go out there and show us 5-star stuff. Sound a little thin there in tight end, right? Got to do better at this point. So we lost Jake Roberts, Battle Sharp at the portal. That's the room, if anything, I need that the Sooners need to figure out ASAP. Whiffing on some of the players we're going after, but hopefully there's a plan. I sense there is. Well, I'll put it this way. I think that we will get a transfer in at tight end after the bowl game. So I'm not going to bank on it this coming week. I'll bank on it on Saturday of next week. That's just me. I don't know about y'all, but tell me what you think about Derek Simmons. I like his size and stature. I think he's a big pickup. Hop in the comments. Love to hear your thoughts. Shout out to BetUS. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. We'll have some more videos probably after the weekend. There'll be a lot of visitors, so we'll wait and see if anybody decides to commit. And hopefully if they do, we'll have something. No live on Sunday. I'm out of town, but we'll be back up and running closer to Christmas time. And we'll chop it up soon.